Welcome to this week's supply chain update, brought to you by Phoenix International. Let's start with the latest tariff updates. The EU is moving to phase out its duty-free threshold on low-value imports starting in 2026, with a full rollout plan for 2028, shifting VAT and compliance responsibilities to deemed importers. The US also introduced new retroactive exemptions for select agricultural goods in advanced trade frameworks with Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and several Latin American nations. Meanwhile, IEEPA-based tariffs remain active as the Supreme Court evaluates their legality, and the US and China have begun implementing tariff adjustments from their October 30th meeting. Now, turning to ocean freight, Trans-Pacific eastbound capacity is expected to rise above 90% in December, while soft demand continues to push rates down despite a December 1st GRI and a mid-month PSS. On the Far East westbound lane, carriers are using blank sailings and reduced deployments to stabilize utilization and lift the SCFI into the mid-1400s even as European demand stays weak. Across the transatlantic westbound corridor, yard congestion and equipment shortages persist at major ports in North Europe and the South Mediterranean, keeping vessel delays elevated and spot rates steady. Shifting over to air freight, Asia's air freight market remains firm as e-commerce, electronics, and constrained freighter availability keep pricing elevated across major origins. North and South China continue to face tight space, while Southeast Asia, including Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand, is experiencing rising rates and little short notice availability. Korea and Taiwan remain steady with strong electronics demand, and early bookings continue to be essential as capacity stays tight across the region. Next, let's take a look at Asia-Latin America developments. Peru confirmed a $550 million expansion at the port of Callao, with construction beginning January 2026 to support increasing Asia-linked volumes. And here are two global stories this week. Several U.S. ports are moving to enlarge their foreign trade zone programs as more importers rely on FTZs to manage tariff exposure. The Port of New Orleans recently received approval to expand its FTZ footprint, which includes new warehousing areas connected to key industrial corridors. Some ports may face delays due to federal review backlogs following the recent government shutdown. New sanctions on major Russian oil producers took effect this week, leaving nearly 48 million barrels of crude onboard tankers without confirmed destinations. Many vessels are rerouting or idling as traders reassess compliance risks, and some shipments appear to be diverting toward offshore transfer areas in Asia. Analysts expect disruptions to continue until markets adjust and buyers secure non-sanctioned alternatives. And that concludes our update on the global supply chain. Thank you for joining us. We will continue to monitor these developments and keep you informed.